Greetings! This is Never Seen It, a podcast about movies we haven't seen yet. My name is Trent. I'm here with my wife, Betsy.
I'm Betsy!
Hey, Betsy. Today, we are going to watch a brand new movie.
Another
that came
brand
out
new movie.
Like 2 weeks ago. We are going to watch Weird, the Al Yankovic Story.
Indeed we are, Trent.
Oh boy. So Betsy, this one is a long time in the making, I'm sure. Like, there have been so many movies of, like, artists that are like a kind of a biopic, but not really. It's more of an entertainment thing. But
a musical biopic.
Yeah, they did one for Freddie Mercury. They did one for Elton John.
Where the music is sprinkled throughout.
Yeah.
But it's more of a,
It's
drama
kind of a biopic, but it's more of a drama-based thing. This one is not going to be that, Betsy.
No, this one is like in the vein of Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Yeah.
Where, unlike that one that's about a made-up guy, this is about a real person.
Uh-huh.
But it is making fun of biopics, as it were.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. Is it a mockumentary, almost?
No, I think it is biopic style, so it's a
biopic.
It's not a mockumentary, but it is certainly playing up this style of movie.
Yeah.
Because even though it says the 100% like very real, all true version of this events, from the trailer, you can tell it is a parody of himself. And what else would you expect about Weird Al Yankovic?
I love it. We have covered a Weird Al movie.
He's back on the podcast.
Yeah, we covered his movie from the 80s. We covered UHF.
Yes.
Which we really both enjoyed, and we kind of talked about our history with Weird Al in general, so we won't recover all that stuff. But suffice it to say, Betsy has a lot more experience with the Weird Al music than I do. I'm a fan. I like the guy. I like his parodies of stuff. But like just recently I saw there was a list somebody put out of like the top 15 original Weird Al songs.
Yes, because he doesn't just do parodies.
Yeah.
He does have original music.
And I wouldn't be surprised to hear if people out there didn't know that. He did originals.
If you've listened to any of his albums, there was usually
albums.
one.
Yeah.
But you had to actually listen to the album and not just the singles to get it, because they never put those out as singles.
Why
or
would
if they did, they rarely did.
Sure.
Like, very rarely.
Right. But yes, we both have a history with Weird Al's music. We are both a fan. I would love to see him in concert, but I think that time has passed.
I don't think it's
he's
ever
done.
too late. No, he's not done. Well, he's not. He still tours. He's
toured. He's gonna be Kiss, and he's gonna go on a farewell tour every 2 years.
That never ever ends.
The farewell to the second.
The I'm never retiring and you can't make me tour. Yeah, he was not that far from here just this summer, around the time we did the UHF episode.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be around for a while again, but it's never too late, Trent.
Yeah, he just played at Carnegie Hall recently.
Did.
I think that was the end of his tour.
What a career this man has had. So it makes sense that eventually they would do this biopic.
Yeah.
Not because...
But that he would do another movie.
Right. Not because his life is actually that interesting, but it's more fun because of the kind of music he does to make a parody of a biopic. And it's very meta. The things I know about this, obviously Daniel Radcliffe is playing
we
Weird
haven't
Al.
actually said anything about the movie yet. Yes, Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al.
Completely seriously.
Yes.
But also he's in on the joke.
Of course. And to my knowledge, he does not sing.
He lip sings.
Yes.
Yes.
He doesn't actually sing the songs. It is Weird Al coming out of his mouth.
And Al is in the movie. I don't know who he plays.
Of course.
I know Evan Rachel Wood plays Madonna.
Oh, God.
I know there is, who else? Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
And a ton of cameos. That's all I really know about this. It's Weird Al
called in some favors.
Falls into the rock and roll lifestyle with his accordion and Madonna.
You know, you haven't seen this movie, but I'm curious. Oh, man. I'm kind of curious if this is going to go along more of a path of Private Parts, the Howard Stern movie. But Howard Stern plays himself in that movie.
He did his own biopic.
He did, yeah. And I really like that movie. It's surprisingly good. We will eventually watch that on the show.
I think you'll probably be able to speak to that once we've watched it, if you draw similarities.
Yeah, so that was very much, it's kind of based on his life, but, it's dramatized. There's extra comedy put into it because, again, he lived a very weird life prior to him being the biggest star in the universe.
Right.
in the world of radio, anyway. But, of course, that movie came out in, 97. That was over 20 years ago, and he's still on the air.
Most people don't star in their own biopics, so this is in a small contingent of film.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get to it, Betsy. Let's go watch Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. We will be right back. We're back. Betsy, what'd you think of that?
To steal a line from Saturday Night Live, if you haven't seen Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, you must. It's like looking into the face of God and having him look back, smiling, saying, "You are my most wondrous creation."
Is this his opus?
I don't know what this is, but I was very much enjoying myself.
Betsy, my face still hurts.
I had 2 of my 5 siblings. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard, I have 5 siblings. 2 so far, just in the last few days, that have messaged me directly asking if I have watched this movie yet. While we were watching the movie, one of them messaged the entire sibling group and asked the same question yet again. Have you watched this movie yet? Because he is making it his mission to make sure we all watch it before this month is through. Yeah, it's really stupid and really funny.
Betsy, I want to go to a polka party.
You didn't tell me this was going to be a polka party. Oh my God, it's so great.
This is fucking amazing.
It plays with every trope that you get in these movies, and it knows it. But then it's also just completely aware of Weird Al.
Yeah.
And his whole thing.
Yeah. Down to the fact that there is 0 cursing in this movie.
No.
0. He never curses in his music, and he didn't curse in UHF. He is as straight-laced as you could possibly be.
Except, he had a very checkered past full of course. booze, and murder.
And Madonna.
And Madonna. There you go. That's the tagline. Booze, murder, and Madonna.
There you go. Oh, fuck. Man, I can't say enough good things about this. Like you just said, it plays with all of the tropes of these movies. There's the obligatory drunken, I'm breaking up with my band scene.
The father who is disapproving, you're no son of mine.
Right. You have him growing up and being introduced to all of the things that will define him as an adult and as an artist. I fucking love the scene of them at the polka party and them pulling out the accordion like it's drugs.
Yeah, look what we found. You gotta try it, peer pressure.
Yeah, it's like passing the doobie, but it's an accordion.
And of course, when he won't do it, they play the chicken dance song. Which, if you people out there who are listening didn't grow up...
If you've never been to a Midwestern wedding...
No, the ones that tend to get played are Roll Out the Barrel and the chicken dance.
Yeah.
And you've probably heard it, you just don't even realize it if you've ever heard any accordion music.
And if you think that you've never heard polka music, yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine anyone at any age waking up saying, I choose you, accordion. That's my instrument. And they give it such a dramatic backstory as to how he comes to acquire it, how it changes his life.
Right.
A traveling door-to-door accordion salesman played by Thomas Lennon.
I fucking love that. A door-to-door accordion salesman. Like he's the guy from The Music Man.
Yes, and he's doing that too. Like
he's even got the hat. Oh
my God, son, you've got a gift from God. You're gonna change the world. Don't squander it.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah, the thing I had heard about this was cameos. There are
yeah.
so many cameos in this movie.
Yeah. And like depictions of other famous people from this era.
Yep.
At the pool party.
Yes, there's a house party, and there's all of these like 70s and 80s mega stars like
I mean, we'll
Frank
just go through 'em.
Zappa.
Yeah, we got Pee Wee Herman, Dimitri Martin playing Tiny Tim. I've heard of Tiny Tim.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Okay.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
Yes.
He sings like that.
I've heard of him. Pee Wee played by one of the guys in Lonely Island.
Yep. And then another guy from Lonely Island playing Alice Cooper.
Yep. Conan is
Conan O'Brien is Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol. Jack Black is in there. There's what's his name playing Gallagher.
Oh, Paul F. Tompkins.
Yeah. I don't know who was playing Frank Zappa or Elvira.
I'm pretty sure it was the girl from the B-52s was supposed to be one of the other ones.
Right. I don't know the actress's name or even who the person's name is.
There were a lot of other extra just people there who were not anyone of consequence.
No.
But they were dressed like
But there was
people
also
you
the guy,
recognize.
the bassist from Queen. Everybody knows his name, right?
John Deacon
You know it.
from Queen.
The guy from Queen.
The guy who came up with the bass line for Another One Bites the Dust. I watched Bohemian Rhapsody,
I did too.
Another biopic.
Oh, fuck. And then, I mean, the rest of... Let's just keep on going with these. We start with one right off the bat. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a surgeon, apparently.
The doctor.
The doctor.
The ER doctor.
Sure. Josh Groban, your favorite.
It's true. He's a waiter.
We've said this before, guys. If there was an opportunity for Betsy to divorce me and marry Josh Groban, she would do it in a heartbeat.
In a second.
Uh-huh.
I've known him longer than you.
It's true. He came first. I think Patton Oswalt is the only other one that would be just considered a cameo, and he's just a heckler in a crowd.
Right. Everybody
there's
else,
no consequence there.
It's just like a voice here or a mention of them instead of actually being in the movie.
Right. And like, what's his name is the narrator.
Oh, Will Forte was in it too.
Yeah, Will Forte. Yeah.
The narrator is Diedrich Bader.
Yeah, if you absolutely know who that is. You may not know his name. He was in a lot of things in the 90s. He was in Office Space as the neighbor with the mustache.
The American pants. American flag, is he?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's just, I imagine him wearing that.
You're not wrong. But he was also on the Drew Carey show.
Right.
Among a lot of other things. But anyway, as far as like other cameos, that pretty much runs the gamut here. But there's a lot of them in here.
They're very much crammed into what is a relatively short movie.
It's true.
But like it's the kind of property you do that. You don't just make this. Like, this is one of those where I even questioned you at the beginning, like, wait, are we counting this as a movie? Because is this a TV movie or is this a movie? It
was not rated by the MPAA.
It's
so
not,
it is TV-14.
But as he mentioned at the end of the movie, the song that plays throughout the credits is a new original song made for this movie and is technically eligible for consideration at the Academy Awards.
So are we considering this one in our Oscar series, Betsy?
Maybe, Trent. Maybe we're going to find out later, because if it's going to get anything, it's Best Original Song.
There we go.
Weirder Things have been nominated.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that would be delightful. There is no James Bond this year, even though the movie came out recently enough.
The song came out before.
The song came out before. It was already released, so it's an ineligible.
Oh, man. So let's just start at the beginning here because there's so much to cover. And all of these like visual gags and like winks and nods to the audience are brilliant. We start off in the future, but we don't know it. He's on, like, Al's on a gurney.
He's being wheeled into the ER.
Yeah, he's being wheeled in and he dies, but then he wakes up.
And he needs a paper and pencil.
Right, because he has
paper and pencil.
Yes, he has an inspiration, and we get the voiceover kind of saying what's going on. It's in his voice.
Of course, his very deep, like, rugged, like...
Right.
This is me. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, we start off... in the 70s, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Late 60s.
The 60s, probably.
Late 60s into the 70s. Yeah, I guess it would be 60s. And he's this kid, which, by the way, every kid that they got to play him, perfect casting. Especially the teenager.
Especially considering that Daniel Radcliffe is the adult version.
Correct.
Of the teen. Though my favorite aspect of this entire movie is that he gets shorter. This is the kind of movie they don't care that Al is very tall and skinny and then he becomes Daniel Radcliffe. It's very aware of that choice.
Yes, Daniel Radcliffe is very short.
But jacked.
Oh my God. That dude is jacked.
We'll get to that. We're getting ahead of ourselves. But yes, he is a child, and he's listening to Dr. Demento. Now, this element...
That's totally real.
This is an element of this story that is true. Weird Al loved this show. This is a real guy who inspired him to write his nonsensical music.
And Dr. Demento was a real guy and had a real radio show and inspired a lot of these kinds of guys.
Yeah.
At least in this era, anyway.
Right, but his mom is disapproving and says, you know how your father feels, and then finds a Hawaiian shirt and just sort of hides it in shame.
Like she's finding, like, drugs or, I don't know, a dirty magazine or something in his bedroom.
I'm so worried about my son.
The paraphernalia that you would find in a kid's bedroom.
This bizarre thing that my child has chosen as his life, I need to be very worried about.
Right. And we get the scene of them at the dinner table and they're talking about, I guess the dad is saying, well, one of these days you're going to come and work in the factory.
Describing a grisly...
Yeah, he's describing his day at the factory. Well, somebody died?
A grisly accident where somebody went into a chopper and, like, died.
Right.
Like, he's always messing around and I told him not to, but he just couldn't help himself.
And then the implication is that the father lost his hand.
Yeah, I wasn't about to go in there and get him because I already lost one hand to that machine.
Right.
What do they make at that factory, Trent? You'll find that out when you get to work at the factory.
Oh, man.
They decide as a family that he needs to change his ways, and Mom says, quote, stop being who you are and doing the things you love. It would be better for all of us.
Yep. And yeah, at the table, the kid says, I want to make songs that are like other songs but replace the words, a parody.
Amazing Grapes.
And then he sings Amazing Grapes. And I don't know if that, again, I don't know the Al Yankovic catalog as well as you do. Is that a real thing?
I don't know about Amazing Grapes, but that sounds like the sort of thing a child would come up with, so it's highly likely he did.
It's very likely he did that, but never, like, released it.
Right.
I don't know. But one thing, like, right before the dinner scene, after the scene in the bedroom, we get the title card where it's like all black screen, white text, like a very serious looking title card, but it's also got like the serious music cue.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a serious movie.
This was a tremendously serious movie, Trent. I don't know what movie you were watching.
Oh, shit.
But this man went through a lot.
But yeah, back to the dinner scene. After he sings the Amazing Grapes song, I think the father says, "What?" Like going on a diatribe about, that's what you're doing is bad and also confusing and evil.
He uses the word evil a lot when it comes to this kind of music.
Yeah.
It's the devil's music.
Yeah. But of course, this is right before the accordion salesman comes around, and he's enamored with it. But then the father shows up and starts beating the shit out of the guy. Almost kills him.
I think I have a collapsed lung.
It's like, quiet you, I'm trying to have a conversation with my son.
I don't recall you telling me to shut up, but if that's what you want, I will do it immediately.
Oh, God.
So mother secretly buys him the accordion.
Yep.
And he keeps it a secret between them for many, many years. She says you can't ever play it in public.
Okay, cannot play it in public.
Not ever.
Cannot show your father. Because, good parenting, hiding things from the other parent.
Exactly. That's how things work.
Exactly. But of course, this is when the polka party happens. He grows up a little bit. They have the scene on the bus where he's looking at his textbook, and he has like a polka magazine in there, like it's a nudie mag.
Accordion world.
It's like a scantily clad woman, holding
an accordion.
Oh man,
a dirty mag that can't be spotted. You have to hide it in your math book.
Exactly.
Yeah, and his friends invite him to a party.
Yeah,
and they're just like, "Oh man, you gotta come." But he can't. He can't because his mom has to tuck him in. Because
of the night terrors.
He might have night terrors.
The possible night terrors.
Yes.
Don't let the bed bugs give you night terrors.
But they find an amazing ruse, a way to get him out of the house. They get him a hay boy.
A hay boy?
A hay boy. It's a
hay boy.
It's a boy made out of hay.
And of course, the mom is like saying these things about the night terrors to the hay boy, and it's clearly just a hay boy. It's not like it's under the covers. It's just on top of the bed.
Yep. It's worse than a scarecrow.
Right.
It's in the bed. It is clearly hay. It is not her son. But yeah, he ends up at a polka party, and those children love polka music.
Yeah,
teens.
They all get dressed up in their favorite Bavarian garb.
They sure do. And they critique the music that's on the record player.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking, bougie people talking about jazz.
This music is okay, but it's a little overwrought for my taste. I really prefer this musician. Right. Pretentious polka listeners. And that's where we get the scene that, Al finds out it's a polka party and panics, and he wants to go home, but
they're playing polka music on the record player.
They pressure him into playing the accordion they found, and he's amazing.
And they all cheer, and it's amazing.
But it's just before the cops break up.
And the cops show up to break up the polka party, and they bring him back home and says, "Your son, we found him at the polka party, and he was playing accordion music."
It's really funny because, of course, in the 1960s, this is about the last time the polka era was a thing, that people played the accordion. Lawrence Welk was on television.
Right.
My mom grew up with her whole family in the 60s watching crap like that on TV, and they loved it.
But that's the thing. Around here, it kept on going. That's the thing. From the 60s through the early 80s, polka bars were still a thing. There probably still are in weird parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin.
All the Poles and the Germans around here love a polka.
Oh man, it soon got replaced by line dancing bars in the 90s.
Okay, but the number of grown adults from my hometown I remember seeing wearing the Bavarian polka garb.
Oh yeah.
They went to festivals.
The fucking suspenders and the short pants.
And the big dresses with the foofy what the hell is it? The thing underneath that makes your skirt poof out. The word I'm forgetting. No.
I don't know what the name is.
I can't remember what it's called.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, grown women dressed like that was a really strange thing growing up around here. But yeah, his parents just don't understand. They will never accept him, and so he runs away from home.
Well, the dad finds out about it, finds the accordion, and throws it on the ground.
He sure showed him.
Yeah.
And he says, Dad, you're going to be sorry. I'm going to be the best, well, arguably the most famous accordion player in a very specific genre.
And again, this is just, it's being extremely serious here about a very, very silly thing.
It's sold.
That's the whole thing. And this movie is completely our shit.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
We love very dry, like very, it's the thing that we've talked about before. Conan O'Brien has described this. His style of humor is the very thin line between stupid and brilliant.
Yes.
Where if you tip too far one way or the other, it's not funny. But if you ride that line, it is the greatest thing you'll ever experience. And this is absolutely riding that line.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, this is our kind of humor. And really, we're doing this movie, we're covering this movie because we like Weird Al Yankovic, and we were intrigued as soon as it was, like, teased. It was announced.
When they say, oh, and Daniel Radcliffe's going to play Weird Al in a movie.
Okay, I'm in. I'm totally going to watch this movie. And doing comedy on this podcast is a hard thing because everybody has a different sense of humor. And if you're listening to this and you watched the movie, good on you. I'm glad that you did that. And you're in the club, so to speak. But yeah, doing comedy for any kind of podcast episode is strange. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying this. Anyway. But yes, we get a time jump. He's now in college, or at least college age.
He's an adult.
I guess he's not going to college.
He's not living at home. He's living with his friends.
He's living with 3 other people who end up being his bandmates.
Wearing an absurd wig the entire rest of the movie. These wigs are so bad, and they know they're bad.
See, obviously it is a wig, but you always notice things like that before I do.
It's just the fact it's inconsistent. And again, I think they know this. Like, sometimes his hair is really long. Sometimes it's really well groomed and short. And it goes back and forth. And there's like that scene where he's literally having a quick change. And they show him pulling his shirt up. But before he's able to pull the wig off with the shirt, they cut away. Okay. So it's just like weird little things where they're kind of intentionally drawing attention to the fact that this is a wig.
I never notice that at all.
I'm just saying, if you really wanted this to look realistic, there were better ways. I've seen better wigs in movies.
Sure.
This was meant to be comedy.
Fine.
But yeah, he's living with his buddies, and he tells them that it's his dream. Nobody wants an accordion player in a band. He doesn't make it into the punk band.
Right. Yeah.
And so he tells them his dream is to write
parody songs.
Different words to songs that already exist, and they say, well, just do it then.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, I can't just do it. I need to be inspired. But his roommate says, why don't you go make us some sandwiches? Make us some sandwiches.
Use my bologna.
Use my bologna.
Sorry, use my bologna.
Bologna, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, and of course, My Sharona is on the radio. And of course, one of the funniest bits in the entire movie is this scene where he's listening to My Sharona on the radio, and he's doing the thing in movies where you're just stopped in your tracks and just being inspired. But of course, in the background, the song, the verse, or the
it's like the record is skipping.
Yeah, it's like the record is
station.
Yeah, exactly.
So the roommates are all like, "What's wrong with this damn thing?"
The DJ fell asleep. Oh,
and he just comes out.
I fucking love that moment.
Oh yeah, and he comes out and he sings it, and they're all just like, "That was the most beautiful song I've ever heard in the entire world," and you have to record it.
You need to record that. Well, the
bathroom at the bus station has good acoustics. Good acoustics
in the bathroom at the bus station.
It just all happened so quickly. Like, they record it in the bathroom on a cassette. He drops it in the mail, walks upstairs, And in a few minutes, the radio DJ already has
he
it.
He says, "Oh, I just have to wait to become rich and famous.
I just have to sit back and wait."
Say, "All right, Al, that's never going to happen to you. It takes years sometimes for people to get noticed and blah, blah, blah." And then he just sits down and says, "Okay, fine." Turns on the radio, and there's the DJ playing, "Oh, this is the most requested song. I just got it in the mail 2 minutes ago. We're going to play it all day."
And it's the scene in like most band movies where when they have their first song played on the radio, they all get very excited and jump around and freak out.
Yeah.
So it's that scene.
Yeah, and then immediately they go to the record label because they want to get signed. Because they're famous on the radio. They want to get a record deal.
Al, you're the next big thing. You need to be famous. So he goes to the record label, and of course, it's Will Forte and the real Weird Al.
In a ridiculous... Now, those wigs were terrible.
I told you, they're on purpose. They realize what they're doing. They know what they're doing here.
Yes, and Al plays it straight.
Yes, he does. But he also breaks the fourth wall a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Will Forte's character is like belittling fake Al and telling him he's the worst in the world and he's never going to make it and I hate you.
Yeah.
And of course he's doing this in front of the real Weird Al who's like, well, you know, like you can stop now. Pull it back. Pull it back.
Yeah, and I imagine that most of this stuff is at least inspired by a little bit of the real thing.
Oh, yeah. Who goes into a recording studio and says, you know, give me a contract?
Yeah.
What do? Here's what I do. In 1981 or whatever.
Right. And like the idea of him jokingly giving him, I'm going to give you a 14 album contract right now.
Sign here.
Right. And it's a fucking menu.
A Chinese restaurant menu. Yeah. Absolutely stupid. So, yeah, I believe that or some variation thereof. Yeah. I don't think anyone like verbally abused him. They probably just said, "No, you can't even come in for a meeting. This is stupid."
And you don't even get meetings like that. You have to submit so much. I mean, maybe back in the 70s it was different, but now how many hoops do you have to go through in order to get signed to a label? People don't even get signed to labels anymore, hardly.
Most people just release things independently.
Yeah, they have a SoundCloud. You get discovered on SoundCloud, and then you can maybe get upgraded to Spotify eventually, and then make like 5 cents a month.
Or you license your music through the record label. You don't actually sign a contract. They're not footing the bill for the recording. You did it in your basement, and now you have the audio files.
Everybody can make music with hardly any equipment anymore. You can distribute them yourself. You don't need a label anymore to print discs or records or whatever else.
No, it's all
digital. You
digital.
don't need that anymore. It's all digital.
Well, and a lot of people, even 20 years ago, were starting to break the model of the record industry. Like you had to be a part of a label.
Yeah.
Like somebody that comes to mind is Damien Rice. Back in like 2003-04, when he was sort of making it big. That's what he did. He recorded the album himself and then just leased it to the record label. So he actually made the bulk of the money because he did all the work.
Well, that was back when a lot of labels were desperate for new music.
Yeah. Now they've figured out there's other ways to give people a recording contract and still make money without having to sell physical media.
Right. And it's a lot cheaper these days because you don't actually have to manufacture anything.
No. So this in this movie is a little more realistic of I'm going to record this in a bathroom and then just, on a cassette tape hand it out to people.
And like, what was the artist? Was it like Radiohead that decided to just put up their music and it was like an at-will donation?
Yeah, one of their albums they did that.
Yeah.
They were just like, pay what you want.
Right.
Take it for free.
Right.
We don't care.
We don't care. We made this for you.
And guess what? Most successful album they ever did.
Right. And all of the proceeds went directly to them. Mm-hmm. They didn't go through a record label because they didn't need to.
I don't think so. I would doubt it very much if they did it in that method.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the movie. He kind of starts the grind, if you will. When he doesn't get a record label to sign him, he starts performing live, and that's where Patton Oswalt is an angry punk who's like heckling him.
He goes
in
to
the crowd.
the bar and follows a punk band
that literally gets like beat up and bleeds on the stage. Right. Yeah, and here was one more person I forgot. Michael McKean is the MC, if you will. Mm-hmm. He's in that one scene. He announces him. He comes out and he plays "I Love Rocky Road," which is another one of his early songs.
Yep. And
the rest of his friends come out to back him up on the band. I loved this moment where he's just like, "You guys never told me you could play. It never seemed relevant until now."
Yeah.
They all magically play the exact instruments that are on the stage.
And know the song.
Sure.
Of course.
That is how bands form.
It's how music is made.
You just pick up an instrument and you play it, and it's magic.
Uh-huh.
You could do it, Trent. In the movies, anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't do it now. Betsy is the musical one in this whole relationship here.
Yep, you're the technical guy. That's why you do this part. You push the button on the microphone.
I push the button on the thing and say go and record, and then I do some editing later. But that's a separate thing.
But of course, in this bar is none other than Dr. Demento himself.
Indeed, wearing his top hat,
his
and
signature tuxedo, and he tells him, I wanna work with you, and I'm gonna help you succeed, and you're gonna be so famous. And he dubs him Weird Al.
I was gonna say, but you gotta change your name.
You gotta change your name.
It's just really hard to pronounce. It's really too long. How about this? Weird Al Yankovic. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, the glorious moment where he is given his name.
He is dubbed. He is knighted.
That's right.
As Weird.
So there was one little moment that took me out of it for just a second, and I think it's done intentionally. He says something about, "You want to be my mentor."
Uh-huh.
And because his name is Dr. Demento, he says, "I want to be your Dementor."
Uh-huh.
Do you remember where Dementors come from?
No.
It's a thing in Harry Potter. I have to imagine that was really intentional.
God damn it. You didn't need to tell me that.
Because anybody who has seen the cross-section of Harry Potter and Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, is gonna get that joke.
Fuck.
So yeah, they decide to work together. And he takes him to a party with all these famous people.
Yep.
Who tell him, "Oh, you're nobody, you're nothing, you think you're such a hot shot.
You don't fit into here with all of these like DNC level artists, quote unquote."
Well, they're also like major celebrities, like at
Playing
the time.
DNC.
Okay, no, at
people.
the time they were major celebrities. Like somebody like Salvador Dali.
Okay, fine.
And Andy Warhol. Those people were very famous.
Yes, people knew their names.
In the early 80s, they would have been relevant. And of course, it's Emo Phillips, going all the way back to UHF again.
Oh, yes.
He and Al have been friends for a long time.
Yeah. But this is where he is challenged to, okay, on the spot, you need to do a parody of Another One Bites the Dust. And go.
And you're challenged by a member of Queen to do a Queen song.
Right. Yeah. So he does the parody, and it goes very well. Everybody is, well, I guess Jack Black and the other guy get kicked out.
They're crying. They love it so much.
They love it so much, and then security actually does come, tasers them, and takes them away.
Yep. They get owned. He's like, suckers, get out of here.
Right. So we talked a little bit about it in the intro. We knew that Daniel Radcliffe wasn't going to do the singing. I read an article right before, or I guess I saw a headline anyway, where Al Yankovic said that he regrets not letting Daniel Radcliffe sing.
Because he can.
He can sing.
He's done Broadway.
Yeah. So I think that would have probably been better than what we had on screen. Because it did take me out of it, because I know what Al Yankovic sounds like. I know what Daniel Radcliffe sounds like.
They don't sound alike.
Not in this context. So them overdubbing Daniel Radcliffe singing. Now, clearly on set, he is singing. He's not just lip syncing.
No,
he's singing
like,
on
all
set.
those muscles are very tense and he's projecting.
Sure, and I would love to have the other version of that.
The B-roll, if you will.
Because clearly he learned the songs, he learned the music, he learned everything.
Probably not the accordion.
But yeah, I think I would have much rather had him sing it.
You know who in this movie can play the accordion?
Who's that?
Josh Groban.
Yeah?
He actually did learn it for the musical he was in a few years ago.
Okay.
He decided he needed to hold it, and he said, well, screw it, I want to learn to play it. And now he plays it, like, regularly.
He's also a talented musician.
He is, and he took the time to learn it. Yes. An instrument can be learned. I fully believe that if Daniel Radcliffe wanted to play the accordion, he could play the accordion. He's that kind of an actor. He will dedicate the time to it.
For one movie that he's probably getting paid very little for.
Listen, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he did learn the accordion.
I don't fucking know.
But yeah, he just skyrockets to fame. Al has 25 sold out nights at Madison Square Garden. He lives in this mansion with 3 hot tubs.
Yeah, he gets interviewed by Oprah. Oh, but like even before that, he gets invited by the member of Queen. It's like, oh, we're gonna go and do this little Live Aid thing next week. You want to come and like play the song on stage with us?
Hard pass.
Hard pass. No, and they all laugh and they get kicked out. So,
the timeline and the utter disregard for historical events is great. Like Live Aid was several years later. Amish Paradise didn't come out till the 90s.
The 90s, yep.
They just don't give a fuck. They're just throwing whatever they want in here.
That's the thing, though. In this movie, he is saying, I came up with Eat It first before Michael Jackson put out Beat It. And he put out Amish Paradise because his dad wrote it when he was a child.
Who was Amish?
Of course.
So he didn't actually write it. His dad wrote it.
And Coolio is in the stands, in the crowd, listening to him perform
wishing he had thought of it, I guess.
Scheming.
Yeah, I guess that is the look on his face. Yeah. He was scheming. He was going to steal it.
R.I.P. Coolio.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sad now. But yeah, he skyrockets to fame and he decides he misses his parents. He's lonely and he calls his mom, who kind of has just like, oh, hi, long time no talk, like whatever. But your dad did want me to explicitly tell you he hates what you're doing in the accordion, stupid.
He is very disappointed in you.
He, in no uncertain terms, wanted me to express that to you.
Indeed.
In case you called. But at this point, because he's having a rough time, Dr. Demento, who's eating guacamole in his hot tub in a top hat.
In his top hat. Great touch.
They have a little chat, and he tells him, you don't have to just be a parody artist. You can write original songs.
And I thought they were actually going to include some of his original songs. But no, they just put everything on its head and say, definitively. And I kind of thought maybe this is some kind of legal reason why they're saying this, because, you know, Michael Jackson music is very expensive to license.
No, it's just because it was funny.
And maybe back in the 80s, maybe there actually was a legal battle between Yankovic and other record labels for him parodying it. I don't know.
Listen, we could have an entire conversation just about the turmoils of what Weird Al does and getting enough of the rights to be able to record and release this music.
And make money from it.
Like, there's a whole lot of legalese that has to happen.
Yeah.
For that to get done. But that's a whole complicated conversation.
Sure.
But yeah, he has a LSD trip.
with laced guac.
Laced guacamole. And he is reborn in an egg, covered in goo, playing the electric guitar. And he comes up with the original song, Eat It. Yep. His music, his tune. And his yes, lyrics, they hammer home, this is not a parody.
Yep.
He came up with it. And yeah, they commit to this bit. They were just like, this is 100% original, and it has never been done before. I came up with it.
Yeah, and he waltzes back into the record label, throws the tape at real Yankovic, and says, play this. And he loves it.
And of course, he signs him right away, and he says, this is what I'm a real artist now. No more parodies.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. And of course, this is where Madonna herself shows up at his door while he's in his giant mansion, because of course Al Yankovic has to live in a mansion in the 80s.
He's very famous, Trent.
He's very rich and
famous. He
is
a worldwide sensation.
He has 3 hot tubs.
And 5 platinum albums, the medallions of which he wears around his neck.
Yes. But yes, Madonna shows up because there's this thing that they are deeming the Yankovic bump.
This is also real.
It is real.
Yeah, if he puts out a song that is a parody of yours, that album sees a little bit of a bump in sales. And so she decides she wants him to parody Like a Virgin so that she can get a bump in her sales because her career is waning at the moment.
Well, and this is back before Madonna was like a huge, huge hit.
She was starting to become famous, but she wasn't Madonna yet.
Right.
She was on the cusp.
Yeah.
So she needed Al. And she needed that bump.
Totally. This is where she goes into his house and is like very like come hither and was just aggressively starting to make out with him.
Oh yeah, she just full on seduces him on the spot.
And of course they have the joke about, there's only one room in this house that I want to see. And he says, well, the bathroom is under construction, but there's 2 more in the house.
All right, I'll show you the laundry room.
All right, the laundry room it is. And of course they go inside the bedroom and do their thing, and they're post-coitus, they are smoking their cigarettes, and he says, I might do a parody of your song.
But when I said I might, what I meant was I'm not gonna, because I don't do that anymore.
I don't do parodies anymore.
No.
Everything is my own.
But now they're inseparable, and this has been the happiest 6 hours of his life.
Yeah.
And the offers are pouring in. Led Zeppelin will reunite, but only if they can open for you.
Open for you. But instead, he is already committed to Howie Mandel.
That's right. He's not going to bump Howie Mandel for Led Zeppelin reuniting.
Right. That's right.
There's also an offer on the table for him to be the next James Bond.
The new Indiana Jones.
Yep.
But there's also a big offer on the table for, 3 billion pesos?
To play Pablo Escobar's
birthday party, which there was already a reference to Pablo Escobar earlier in the movie.
He's a big fan.
He's a big, big fan. Because they're outside, like, shooting guns into the air to the beat of one of his songs.
They're, like, singing one of his songs,
Something
I remember.
like that, yeah.
But he doesn't want any of that, Trent. He just wants to make his music. And so he starts getting drunk and fighting with his band and drunk driving.
Well, and he also gets the call at the restaurant where...
Oh, yeah, Michael Jackson.
Demento calls him and says, this Michael Jackson guy, he's going to put out a song called Beat It?
Oh, no, it wasn't Demento. It was Al. It was Al.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. So he gets a call saying, there's this guy, Michael Jackson, from the Jackson 5?
He's doing a parody of your song.
Yeah.
And it's called Beat It. But I don't even think it's like funny. It's like about street
it's about
gangs
fighting or like running away from fights or something like that. And yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is just beating the headset on that is a really strong phone headset.
Yes. They
built them different in the 80s, guys.
He was giving it his all and he did not succeed in breaking it. But he's so distraught because people are going to think I parodied that song and they're going to think that came out first.
Yeah. Like you said, we have the obligatory drunken band breakup. He goes driving drunk because Madonna gives him his keys after he's been drinking all the time. And this is where he's driving along and every single radio station that he's turning to is playing another of his songs.
Or talking about him.
Right.
Yep.
Seth Green is a radio DJ talking about him. There's another cameo.
Every station in the 80s was playing Weird Al, guys.
And
this is a real True fact.
Yeah. And this is where he gets into the accident.
A head-on collision.
Yeah. And he goes into the hospital, and that's where we pick up from the very beginning of the movie.
I love that he goes off by himself, gets in an accident, and when he wakes up, Madonna appears out of nowhere to hand him a piece of paper and a pencil.
Right. Maybe she was in the car all the time. I don't know.
She was not, but it's funnier if she just shows up.
It is funny.
And he writes like a surgeon for her and performs it at the concert that night.
Immediately. You have the entire set. You have the hospital bed in the background. You have the Madonna bra things with on the cone bras on the dudes.
Dancing.
Yep.
Yeah, and he has not a bruise or a scratch on him. He is just miraculously healed from this head-on collision.
He did lose a lot of blood.
But he has no evidence of it otherwise.
Yeah.
And he has a little bit of a meltdown.
Yep.
Backstage, he doesn't want to sing Eat It because now he's all
upset. He doesn't want to wear the
quote Michael Jackson jacket. That's his look now.
Right. So he goes out there shirtless, looking all buff.
This is okay.
Good God, man.
Daniel Radcliffe is jacked in this movie.
He has nothing else better to do. He hasn't been doing a whole lot of movies.
I would love to find out if he did this specifically for this movie. Because genuinely...
I'm sure he, put it over the edge.
Like, maybe he works out, but this time he worked out to excess.
Because, of course, Weird Al wants to be depicted as this jacked dude.
He has, a six-pack and buff arms. He's very muscular.
He's got the dimples under...
The V.
The V.
He has the deep V in his leather pants as he's strutting around the stage, spitting whiskey everywhere and berating the fans.
Right, and then the band, to try to save him, turns this into a weird, spoken word song, quote unquote, and they're eating it up.
The fans. They love it.
Yeah. And of course, at the end of it, he says, okay, I know what you want to see. I'm up here. I'm just going to whip it out. You want me to whip it out, don't you? I'm going to whip it out. And then off stage, you have a couple of cops. They're ready to arrest him after he whips out whatever he's going to whip out.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to see it? I've never shown anybody before.
And then, whoa, there's the accordion. And he gets tackled by the cops.
And arrested for indecency. Public indecency.
Yes. And, of course, he gets arrested, bailed out of jail, and there's this news report saying, we apologize for interrupting the president's address, but we have to tell you about Weird Al Yankovic.
Again, a real thing that happened.
Oh, yeah, it's all true.
All true. Everything in there is true. Like the next part where they're in a diner and Madonna is kidnapped and Weird Al has to fight off a bunch of attackers.
Turns into an action scene.
An 80s action movie with quippy one-liners at the end and all.
Throwing a guy into a panini press and hitting the bell saying, order up.
But we come to find out this is Pablo Escobar's crew. And they say, Pablo Escobar sends his regards.
Yeah. So, he goes off to, let's just say, South America.
Nondescript country in the jungle.
Sure. It's jungle country. But it's still Pablo Escobar's birthday.
Yep.
And he says, well, this is the only way I'm going to be able to get you to my party. So Pablo says, I want you to sing Eat It. And he says, no. I guess I think that's where he shoots everybody else except him.
Yeah, he is very emphatic. He wants Al to sing. Al does not want to sing. So Al's response is to shoot all of his goons.
And of course, Pablo survives, gets up and says, oh, okay, if you don't want to sing, you don't have to sing, man.
You guys can just leave.
So really? Really? We can leave? Okay, come on, Madonna, let's go. And then Pablo says, psych. Because
As one did in the 80s.
Psych.
Psych.
When's the last time you heard someone say psych?
Like genuinely?
1992.
I have no idea. It's not one I hear a lot.
But I'm glad that it can stay at least in the historical record.
As something
people used to say.
It's true. But yeah, he goes ahead and shoots Al.
Yep.
But they forgot that Al wears medallions around his neck.
His platinum.
And it stops the bullet.
Uh-huh.
So instead, he in turn kills...
He throws one of the platinum records at Pablo Escobar and kills him very dead.
And then Madonna decides to take over the drug cartel.
Right. She can rule the world. I mean,
can
rule the world.
But Al's had enough, and so he leaves Madonna to rule the cartel.
And Madonna shoots at him like 50 times.
She is not shooting at him. She is shooting next to him.
Towards him.
She's not even trying that hard.
Yeah, and there's like cubes of cash just sitting there, along with all the drugs and the paraphernalia and whatever the fuck else.
But Al has to go home.
Al walks away.
He has to walk away from the fame and from Madonna and work in the factory like his dad always wanted. He gets a job at the factory.
He's taught about how to use the machine, and he asks the guy, "So, what does this factory make?" And the guy just laughs and walks away.
Your dad said you were a character.
Then he does the thing, and he presses the button at the wrong time, and somebody gets eaten by the machine.
Yep.
And then his dad shows up, and they start reconciling, and he reveals that he's wearing the Hawaiian shirt underneath his uniform, and
he's proud of his son.
Yeah, and they go back to have dinner at the house, and Mom is fat for some reason, because there has to be a reason for the "I'm fat" thing to be in there.
Well, his song "Fat."
Yeah.
Which is another Michael Jackson parody.
Uh-huh.
But they don't actually do it. Like
No.
They set him up for inspiration and then he just goes, "What?"
No, we're going to do Amish Paradise first.
Yeah, they completely just breeze past the rest of the early 80s catalog.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get the real truth, why his dad was always so harsh with him.
Right.
Because he grew up Amish and he didn't have a camera. And on Rumspringa, he found the most beautiful accordion he'd ever seen. And he tried to make it as a musician, but he failed.
Well, everybody made fun of him and his squeeze box.
So he got back to his village and they shunned him and excommunicated him.
That's right.
And he vowed to never play the accordion again.
And then he found the real love of his life, and the rest is history.
And at the back of his sketchbook is the lyrics to Amish Paradise.
Uh-huh.
And suddenly he and Al have something in common. They're both weird, and they both like writing parody songs.
Yeah.
And it's a glorious bonding thing.
Uh-huh. And then the end of the movie is him going to this award show, the generic award show.
Music awards.
Yeah, it's a music awards thing. And he's performing Amish Paradise, and afterwards, Dr. Demento shows up. Al says, "Oh man, I'm so glad you came." And Demento says, "You know what? You're really like a son to me, so I'm going to pull out this piece of paper, this very official piece of paper, and it says, I want to adopt you like you are my son." It's like, oh, well, thanks very much, but I just made up with my dad. Yeah, we're really cool now. I don't need that.
And it's weird, and they just go, "Okay."
And it's just super awkward.
Yeah. Also, I loved in that scene when he performed Amish Paradise and came off stage, he peeled off a piece of fake skin covering his mustache. He had a fake mustache on his real lip and then a fake lip over his mustache.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yes. He has just the chin beard and not the mustache, and it's because the mustache is covered up.
Indeed.
Yes, it's a weird, extra stupid touch. But yeah, they have the award for his category, and it's the most famous accordion player in a very specific genre, and of course the winner is Weird Al Yankovic.
And he wins over Prince. The other person that is nominated.
The names of the nominees, but they show someone in the crowd
who's
who's
a very
clearly
Prince-like person, like crossing their fingers, hoping they're gonna win,
and then storming off when they did not.
And then, of course, somebody coming up and sitting where Al was sitting.
I don't know. There was an empty seat, so I assume so.
I just assumed it was going to be like a seat filler kind of a thing.
It's a large man with a giant machine gun.
That nobody is actually saying anything about.
Nobody
notices. Nobody cares.
And even when he gets up to take the shot, no one
does anything.
And,
They're all enamored by Al's acceptance speech, where at the very end, He says, thank you, everybody. He's like holding up his award, and then he starts peeing himself.
He's peeing his pants.
Why?
I don't know, because the speech was too nice, I guess, because, he's giving kind of a heartfelt speech. Live the life you want to live, be who you want to be.
He also said, like, up yours, Dad.
That's how he started, but then it got very, like, close to his heart and, like, real. So it was too real, so he had to pee his pants.
I don't know.
But, yeah, the guy in the audience is on the radio, and a woman on the end says, wait for my signal.
Right.
And then we see who it is, and it's Madonna, who's now got an eye patch and
a facial scar.
And a facial scar. And she says, take the shot. And the end of the movie is Al was assassinated
at the awards show in 1987.
At the awards show in 1985.
85?
In 1985, at this award show, he was dead, and Madonna Chacon is still at large.
Still at large.
And then when she visits his grave in the mid-credits scene, she puts a flower on his grave, and
he
an
rises
arm,
from the grave as a zombie. Yeah.
And then, of course, we end the movie, like I said, with an original song in the credits by Weird Al, singing about how all the events in this movie are true, except one. He did play it Live Aid.
We only changed one thing.
We only changed one thing. And he, at the end of it, says, this song is technically eligible for the Oscar consideration. It's just like, that's beautiful. This is a beautiful thing.
I hope he wins so he can go up there and pee his pants.
So this is a very real story that Weird Al wrote because he's dead.
When he talks about, like, oh yeah, that thing where I died. Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah, it's like I said, the fine line between stupid and brilliant, the entire movie.
The one time that they allow themselves a little bit of sentiment is when during the credits they show this montage of real Weird Al photos when he was a kid with his parents, and him with Madonna and him with Dr. Demento and him with his buddies.
Then there's just a bunch of bullshit photos.
And then, there's a bunch of Photoshop.
He's in a headlock. The Queen of England
has
is
him in a headlock. He's like up in a boxing ring with Don King there.
They have big not protests, I guess. They have big celebrations. Like Ronald Reagan is speaking at his funeral.
Right. They have an entire funeral procession.
They show him in the jungle with the machine gun.
Right.
They show him being shot on stage.
A graphic photo of him being completely destroyed by the machine gun.
Yeah, so they start out sweet and then get weird very quickly.
Yeah, I'm glad. The photos of actually him was very sweet. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I think I touched on it in the UHF episode, but his parents very sadly died in a carbon monoxide poisoning incident. Like they had a carbon monoxide leak in their home and they died in their sleep. So it was very, very sad. So I'm sure that in no way would he want to make a movie about his real life because it would be far too sad.
Sure.
And to instead give him a parent who works at the factory and, lost a hand to a machine and it was Amish, it's going to be a lot more palatable for a major audience on a Funny or Die thing.
Right. And we didn't mention, this was produced by the website Funny or Die.
It sure was. All right. I want to talk about I have to say once again, we talked about it a few weeks ago when we watched Swiss Army Man. I love Daniel Radcliffe's strange little career that he has.
He said recently in an interview, he only wants to do comedies now.
I love that. That's so good for me.
He's clearly having a great time.
And he just has a knack for it.
He does.
The most talented dramatic actors can't always pull off comedy.
You're right.
But comedic actors can do dramatic work. So I think secretly this whole time, he's probably been a comedic actor that later in life would have explored drama, but because he started as a kid, we got it the other way around.
Right.
We got it completely the other way around. He wanted to be this little weirdo.
He also did the weird, like we talked about it in Swiss Army Man, where he does the immediately after the Harry Potter movies are over, he does this like weird, like sex with a horse. He's naked on stage thing.
During.
That
was during Harry
Whatever.
Potter.
Whatever. It was at the end.
And then he does a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was thinking while we were watching this, we should probably watch Guns Akimbo. Like, it's just an absurd movie that he made where he wakes up and he has guns nailed to his hands. And he's on a reality show. Like, that sounds absurd. And now, just the more I see of him in these ridiculous roles, the more I want to watch stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, his career and, like, Elijah Wood's career are on a really strange trajectory after they were... I mean, Elijah Wood wasn't a kid when he made the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but...
No, he had been a child actor and then really got famous more as a teen and an adult.
Yeah. But yeah, them going off and just doing their weird thing because they don't need to work another day in their life.
No, they really don't.
They've got all the money in the world from
Daniel
those other
Radcliffe
movies.
could have stopped acting altogether. He'd be fine.
Oh, yeah. But them saying yes to all of this weird shit, I am all the way there for because they're about our age. And they're going to be doing this for a long time.
I think Elijah Wood is a little older than us, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But Daniel Radcliffe is younger.
Yeah, he's younger, sure. But still, they have a long career ahead of them, and I'm all the way there for whatever they're deciding to do here. All right, Betsy, I think that's where we're going to have to end it because we've already gone way too long. We're at like over an hour now for this hour-and-a-half movie. But you know it's good when we can sit down here and just talk about this.
And not really reference our notes much.
Right. But anyway, let's end this with an email. It came in while we were doing our Never Scream It series, so we wanted to save this for another time. This one comes in from Katie. Back when we were doing our Western Wednesday, she's talking about that. She says, "Hi, Trent and Betsy. I just finished episode 148 about A Million Ways to Die in the West. I thought your analysis was great, but I also probably liked it more than you guys. I was disappointed, however, that you didn't sing the mustache song. It is truly a work of art. No, we don't sing on this show.
I sing sometimes, but not sing.
We don't sing like full songs.
No.
We did do that, the parody of the Break song.
We did.
For our 100th,
okay, that's true.
For our 100th movie, go back and listen to The Sixth Sense, and we do a little bit of singing there. Anyway, back to the email. And I love the jokes about how the use of all the pomades, etc., was an indicator of wealth. Overall, good job, though. I do have a suggestion for Western Wednesdays the next time you take up the series. Maverick. The 1990s Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster one. A classic Western comedy that I loved while growing up. Hope one of you hasn't seen it so you can include it. Sadly, Katie, we have both seen Maverick. Yes. We both love Maverick. I haven't seen Maverick, though, for probably 20 years.
No,
it's been a long time.
We watched it once together.
Are you sure?
Yes, when we first started dating. So it's probably been 10 plus years.
It's probably been about 10 years, if that's the case. But I don't remember.
But you and I have watched it many times, both in the same situation as kids, because both of our dads love that kind of. Your dad is a big Western dude.
Oh, yeah.
That is like what he grew up watching on TV. Those are the books he reads.
Oh, yeah.
He still loves a Western.
He has read every single Louis L'Amour novel.
Which there's like 4,000 of them.
There's a fucking ton of them. But yeah, that's the tree that I fell off of.
Yes. So you and I both had dads who were familiar with Maverick when it was a TV show in the 60s or a movie or whatever it was.
James Garner was a huge deal.
And we were exposed to that movie.
Sure.
I've seen it many times. It's really funny. It's very well worth your time.
Indeed.
To seek out if you have not watched Maverick.
If you don't know anything about it, think about Casino Royale, but a comedic Western version of it.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to describe it. It's just some schmuck who's trying to get to the gambling competition.
Indeed. All right. She ends the email, working my way through the episode so I can start emailing as often as Mitch from Saskatoon. From Dr. B, not that kind of doctor, PhD. Thank you, Dr. Katie, for that email. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you would like us to read your thoughts and your suggestions and your opinions about our opinions, email us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. I'm going to give you this almost guarantee. If you email us, we will read it on the show.
Unless it's full of obscenities, and then we will definitely read it on the show.
Won't read it. That I will guarantee. But even if it's not full of horrible obscenities, please email us neverseenitpod@gmail.com. We will absolutely read it on the show if you want us to do so. If you want to remain anonymous, that's cool too. We don't have to say your name at all. We've also got a couple of the social media pages if you want to follow us there. Facebook and Instagram, the name on there is neverseenitpod1. We post stuff on there every single day, previews and just recaps of other stuff that we've done. We'll post some old episodes and maybe some teasers for upcoming stuff. Oscar season is coming up, guys.
Around the corner.
Be prepared for that. Currently, we still have a Twitter page. As of this recording,
we're recording in advance.
As of this recording, it is still there. By the time this episode comes out, who the fuck knows? I have no idea what's going to happen on that fucking nightmare of a website. The name on the Twitter is neverseenit_pod. If you would like to support the show financially, we would love you forever. If you click the link in the podcast description about support, it'll take you to a page on Anchor, and you can throw us $1 a month on there. Again, we would love you forever, especially Betsy.
You'll love me forever?
Well, yes, but you'll love the people who give us money.
Oh, I like money.
Yes. In fact, we love money.
Love it.
Yes.
Give us some.
Please.
Please. We love you.
That's the end of the show. Betsy, I want to thank you for being my co-host today. This was a fun one.
I'm very glad we finally did this. My brothers will be pleased.
I hope we have satisfied you, gentlemen.
And other listeners.
Anyway, I'm going to end the show. My name is Trent.
My name is Betsy.
And we'll be back with another episode of Never Seen It next time.
Bye, guys.